Welcome to Point Blank, brought to you by Fitz Roofing. I'm Brandon Strange of Sports Map Houston. He's Joe Blank of ESPN 97.5 and 92.5. Please hit subscribe on the channel if you haven't already. Joel, let's talk some Astros. This week, Framber Valdez made his second start of the season since returning from the IL with a fractured finger. And he has really gotten thrown into the fire, honestly, because he faced the Padres first, then the Red Sox. After seeing him pitch a couple times, how confident are you now that the Astros have their ace back?
Well, whether he's the ace or not remains to be seen, Brandon, but I'm really confident that he's going to be a top-of-the-rotation guy as long as he stays healthy the rest of the season. You can't discount what Zach Greinke has done, and he also has a veteran presence with a ton of experience that is going to be valuable for this club. So whether it's Greinke at the top or Framber at the top, what you do have is a surplus of starting pitching. You now go into the main portion of your schedule in which you have 6 quality starting pitchers at the ready. So if someone goes down like a McCullers and needs to hit the IL for 10 days or so, or an Odorizzi, or someone needs a rehab start like Urquidy, you have the guys that can step in and fill in immediately, and you won't skip a beat. So it's a huge plus to have having Framber added to the mix of all the good young pitchers and the veterans like Greinke and McCullers. So where the Astros do have strength, it is strength in numbers at the starting rotation positions.
Absolutely. And one person who's always should be at the top of your starting rotation is Fitz Roofing.
Boy, we love the people at Fitz Roofing. They're dedicated to the people of Houston. And it's not just roofing issues, but if you do have a roofing issue, a leaky roof, or you want to put a new roof on your business or your house, they're the only team to call. They also do home repairs. They put up fences in yards. They do so much. And the biggest thing is they do it starting with a free no obligation inspection in which it costs you nothing to have them come out and evaluate what you need done. They'll give you an estimate, and then you can decide what you want to do. But they take care of you. Fitz Roofing, call them today, 832-521-3001. Fitz, making a difference one home at a time.
Joel, Luis Garcia has looked really good this season with an ERA under 3 so far. It's been understood, like, really, that once everybody got back that he'd probably get pushed into the bullpen. But Garcia looks really good, and he's pitched well as a starter. I just wonder, can they afford to lose him as a starter and push him into the bullpen?
Well, he's under team control. So essentially they're in a good position there in which the bigger issue is, I think, if you move Odorizzi to the bullpen because of his injuries and because of the fact that he hasn't pitched a whole lot, that would be a bigger deal because he can say, I didn't come here to be a relief pitcher, and I didn't sign here for the money that I signed for 2 years to be relegated to bullpen duty. I think the younger guys, you already saw Javier, who started out very hot as well, as you said, similar to the kind of things, the accolades you were giving to Garcia. Javier was there doing it first when Framber went down. He's already in the bullpen. It gives you options for so many reasons, and the biggest one is team control is not just contractually. It means they're going to be more willing to do what you ask them to do in the short term because their bullpen has been horrendous. It's the second worst pen in the league. And if you can add some of those young arms short term to the bullpen and still have the starters that you have to fortify your rotation, you're in a much better position overall as a team for the Houston Astros.
Yeah, so Framber, Garcia, you mentioned Urquidy, Christian Javier, they've all looked great. So you have all of these young studs that are in your starting rotation now. Does them having successful seasons basically rule out Verlander and Greinke re-signing with the team?
I don't say rule out, but the price definitely fluctuates, and the position of the bargaining position goes in favor of the Astros because if they get them back at a reasonable price, it's a huge win. If they don't, it's not a huge loss because as good as Verlander was pre-surgery, we don't know what he's going to be coming out. We still know for as effective as Greinke has been, he's still not having anywhere near the velocity he once had. And we know these young arms are going to continue to get better and better as they continue to get more and more experience. The bigger thing, Brandon, is the farm system's been depleted. So now with 7 verified starters that you can go to at any one time, what you can't trade in terms of or use as trade bait in terms of your farm system, you can dangle out a starter or two if you have to, whether it's an Odorizzi that had interest before he signed with Houston or whether it's a young arm that someone might be attracted to and say, I'll give you a couple of bullpen arms in exchange that can help you. You have some resources that can still open doors for you that might otherwise be closed if you were just relying on your farm system to execute a trade.